Hi everybody, I'm Miss Taylor, and today we're going to learn about cue cards. Cue cards are just simple pictures that can be displayed on your teacher's whiteboard or used at your personal desk. They're a helpful communication tool. If you ever have difficulties telling your teacher what you would like, that you need help, maybe you need to use the restroom, cue cards are the perfect solution. Over the next few minutes, we will go over different types of cue cards, from ones that you can keep at your personal desk, ones that are displayed on the teacher's board, as well as ones that will help you with social cues. Hope you enjoy this lesson. One type of cue card is the teacher cue card. These cue cards will be displayed on your teacher's wall. They are there to help you during lessons when the teacher can't quite get to you just yet. If you have a question, follow the cue card's directions. Over the next few minutes, we will talk about different types of cue cards that teachers may use. You may see these different types of cue cards in your classroom when you start in August. Sometimes it is very important to be quiet. When you see this quiet cue card displayed, that means there should be no talking at all. Most of the time, this is because your teacher is trying to teach a very important lesson. Say the other students in your class were trying to take a test or listen to a story. It could be very distracting if you are talking, so pay extra attention when the quiet card is displayed. But what are you supposed to do if you're working quietly at your desk and you have a question? There's a cue card for that as well. The hand up and wait to speak card indicates that you should raise your hand and wait for the teacher to call on you or walk over to assist you. This is very important because the teacher could be assisting other students as well in the class. It's very important to wait patiently while your hand is raised. Sometimes your teacher will display instructions of what she would like you to do on the board. This cue card indicates that she would like you to sit at your desk and work. When this cue card is displayed, it does not mean that you should be walking around and disturbing the other students. They should be sitting at their desk and working quietly as well. Again, if you have any questions, raise your hand and wait to speak. The next cue cards we're going to talk about are ones that are just friendly reminders on how to behave when your friends ask to play. These are things like respect, saying nice words, sharing on the playground, all things you should remember when your friends ask you to play. So the next time you're at recess, or maybe in art, you'll know just how to behave. Respect is just showing a positive feeling toward others. You should always treat others how you would like to be treated. This means being nice and allowing people to join in on your games. When playing with others, you should always use your nice words. If you would like to join in on a game with a group, "May I please join your game" would be the appropriate response. If someone gives you something, you always say thank you. Using nice words is just a form of respect. It shows your classmates that you really do care for them. Also, remember not to use mean words when you're talking to other people. Using mean words and calling names can really hurt other people's feelings, even if you're just joking. This cue card is there to remind you to take turns while playing with others. When you're playing with your classmates, try not to hog the ball all to yourself. Passing it around is a lot more fun than just dribbling it to yourself. Remember, people will be more willing to play with you if you're willing to share with them. The next set of cue cards are communication cue cards. These are for your own personal use. I have sent you an email with a list of communication cue cards that you can print out on your own, cut them, and place them in your desk for times that you may need them. It is easy to feel frustrated or angry when you can't think of the right words to say. That's what these communication cue cards are for. Pull them out and let your teacher know what you would like, or maybe even your classmates. They can even help you get the words out correctly. There are tons of communication cue cards all over the internet that may help you. In your email, I also included a website that has great communication cue cards that may be relevant to you. Today we're just going to go over a few. If your classmates are working in a group, then you may want to ask to play, but maybe you can't get the words out correctly. You can always go back to your communication cards and pull out the Can I Play card. This will let your classmates know that you want to play with them. Remember what we talked about earlier though. Use your nice words. Can I please play with you? Thank you for letting me play with you. I know you'll do a great job. There may be time in the classroom where your teacher asks if you need help. If you feel like working on the assignment alone, you can just use this cue card to let her know that you would like to work alone. The I can do it by myself cue card is a great way to tell other people that you would like to work independently for a while. But remember, it's always okay if you have questions. We talked about questions earlier in the video. What do? You raise your hand and wait for the teacher to ask if you need help. That's when you can ask the question. Otherwise, you can let people know that you would like to work alone and try to figure out the problem on your own. Well, now that you've worked quietly at your desk on your own paper and raised your hands when you had questions, you've probably finished your assignment. This is the cue card to let your teacher know that you're done. Remember, it's still important to be quiet for respect for your other classmates. If they're still working on their paper, then you talking may distract them. Good job on finishing your assignment. If you need to use the restroom while you're in class, you can use this cue card to let your teacher know. If she is working at her desk or working with another student, it is important to raise your hand and wait to let her know that you need to use the restroom. Do not interrupt her. Also, don't just leave the classroom without telling your teacher that you're going to the restroom. This can be unsafe and she may not know where you are. Those are just a few of the cue cards that you may see on your teacher's board or that you may personally use next year when you go back to school. Remember, I sent you an email with these cue cards plus a link that you and your parents can go back to and find cue cards that will work best for you. Cue cards are a great way to communicate with your teacher and your classmates. I hope you have a great year and that you found this lesson very helpful. Thank you.